No, I go need them, but you no go slow. Because I no get it. No, phone. Yay, good afternoon to everyone out. Good afternoon to all our listeners. Welcome to Mind Your Character with Boss Eddie Olusola-Obasa. I'm sure you know my name. My name is Olusola-Obasa. And I'm sure you're wondering why you actually see my face. Well, I believe I'm fine. That's why you see my face. Okay, so we currently don't have Mrs. Boss Eddie Olusola-Obasa in the studio today because she's unavoidably absent. And I believe I was the one that was unavoidably absent about 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So she chose to be unavoidably absent. Well, I have my co-host in the studio with me, the ever radiant, ever exciting Dorcas Adijoro.
Yay!
How does it feel to be in the studio
I'm
once
fine.
again?
Yeah. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on the show again today. As always, I'm excited to be here, and I want you to keep your phones close, keep your earpiece. Do not drop that phone for anything. I wanted to say do not touch the dial, but there's no dial.
It can
Thank
fly.
you.
Okay. So Dorcas, how was your week?
My week was initially started out kind of slow, but towards the middle of the week, things began to spice up.
And you're ready for the weekend?
I am honestly ready.
Any parties coming up?
No parties, but I have 2 events I will be attending. Those are religious events, so there's no party. I'm a child of God, a loyal Christian.
Oh, interesting.
Hallelujah.
So people who attend parties are not children.
No, I'm saying.
I'm not on that
That
team right
was-
now. Dorcas is the one who said that. So thank you very much. So yeah. Okay, so as we normally do, we'll be kicking off the show by taking the character lens for the week. And we know living in Nigeria, come on, things happen. It's always basketballs.
Yes.
So a number of things happened this weekend as usual, but we'll be focusing on one for now. And one we're actually taking is, I'm sure we've all seen videos on social media of the Nigerian police, a man and a woman jumping into vehicles. How many of us did you see the video, Dorcas?
I saw a video and I have one life experience.
Okay, so which one did you see? The man, the police woman, or the police
Oh, the woman. I saw the woman.
So they say what a man can do, a woman can do better. Is that true?
Not
in
in
this
that
case.
case.
Oh, why?
Definitely not.
Why?
I mean,
You mean?
you people, you have energy now.
But she had energy.
She
Didn't you see
did.
her
She
struggling? with the
did,
guy?
though, but eventually she was screaming and telling the guy.
Why
to
was
let
she
her
now
go down.
screaming?
It was taking her to toilet. So no.
That you see, I watched the video and I was like, okay, I've seen a couple of, not just police officers. I've seen some last mile officials
Yeah, they do that.
who just jump into the vehicle
Mhm.
and then they're like, let's go to the station, let's go to the station, let's go to the office. And maybe the person is like, oh yeah, enter now. I just find out that maybe your police station is this way, your office, and the guy is going in this direction, and you already have your heart in your mouth and you're already shouting. I believe that's what happened to the lady.
Yeah.
Because there's this eagerness, they just jump into the car with, and I'm wondering like, how now? Why?
Bad.
I've even been in a situation where one of them asked the guy in front of the car to come down so she can sit in the front. And I'm like, what audacity? Like, so going about what happened this week, do you feel that was right?
Right.
Do they have the right to actually decide to jump into cars and then you're now shouting at the end of the day? Since you jumped into the car, I feel you should like go
Be ready to bear
exactly.
the consequence.
So why was she running? Why was she running?
Why are you
That skit. That skit will come in handy now. Why are you running?
To be honest, I think the issue I sense that particular video, the woman was not even bothered about, okay, what if something happens to me? In the moment of jumping into I don't know how she got into the car. did not see that part.
Should
I
have
didn't get to
opened the
see
door.
it.
She didn't pass the window.
But like I said, I've had an experience where a landsman officer, that man, he was struggling with the driver. He was struggling with the steering. Honestly, that bus it eventually collided
With the COVID.
with the culvert. And I was in front. I was just screaming, Jesus, Jesus. So to be honest, I feel like they do not don't let me say most. Some of these people that are doing these things, they do not think well about these actions before they take them, and it eventually results in painting them in a kind of way that they do not seem to value human life, even their own life themselves.
They don't value their lives as well, because if for anything, let's say you were the only one at that spot where they picked you up, so it's not as if your colleagues were there. So nobody knows you've gone missing. They might just get to the office and be like, this person didn't come back. They'll be like, maybe he has gone home from there. And
the next thing you see is last thing was critical. God forbid.
God forbid.
God forbid.
So for the character lens, I would admonish all of our security outfits, all of our last mile officials, please and please and please, don't jump into people's vehicles just like that. Please.
Yes.
It's totally absurd for me. I'll say it's totally wrong as well. For you don't know the person. You don't know. Maybe I've seen some skits where the guy just called on Baba. He just called his friend and was like, Baba, I don't set. I don't need to bring the person come your place. And it was like, the head go bring money where. And the guy was already sweating and already shouting, drop me here, drop me here, drop me here. So there are several things that can go wrong. So please and please and please, all our security outfits, please ensure you tamper justice with mercy. Don't go about jumping into people's vehicles and all of that. Well, that has been our character lens for today. And we have a very important topic today. And we threw the topic out there, a number of people have responded. So let me just throw the topic now. And it says, let's talk about getting a spouse at work. Let's talk. Please, my fingers are free, there's no ring.
So, yeah, sure
there's no ring. There's no ring right now. So let's talk about getting a spouse at work. Is it a benefit? Is it a benefit you derive from work? Dorcas, what do you feel? Let's have your first take.
I think I've heard love stories that you just hear, how did you meet your wife? Or where was the first time you saw your husband? You be like, met at the office. And everybody starts screaming, so in the middle of all day, I'm busy, everything is stressful. You still have time for meeting somebody and hanging out, something.
Yes, now because nowadays you spend more time at work
actually
than you spend at home. So
yes. So I think getting a spouse at work is a plus. Yes, it's definitely a plus. If eventually you go get married.
So if you don't get married, what then happens?
If you don't get married, man, that's a big distraction.
Interesting. So please, we'd like you to drop your comment. For those of our listeners and our viewers on YouTube, so kindly feel free to drop your comments. We'll be taking your comments live. And for those of you who actually got your spouses at work, let's know how it was.
Let's know how it
was. It awkward at first? There are some situations where you walk up, maybe you're the guy and the lady is your boss, and you're now trying to check your boss. And she can serve you query at any point in time. So, but you just say, Baba, order and I die.
Then you was rough it.
So you see qualities in how you liked. So feel free to drop your comments. And so we have two quotes to open today's topic with. I'll take the first, while Dorcas will take the second. And the first is, there's nothing you or anyone else can or can't do to make romance happen. Romance can happen anytime, anywhere, with absolutely anyone. I'm not the one that said it. The person that said it is Elite Davy. Elite
Oh
Davy.
my
So
goodness.
doctors, let's have the second quote.
I
Let's
can
have the
see some
second
people
quote.
at the back end already shaking in their head, like, you people want to break tables today. So the second quote is quite a long one, and it is from Tony Lee. It says, office romance is inevitable at many companies when unmarried people work closely together. Emphasis on unmarried people work closely together. But colleagues who are dating should find out what their company's policies and restrictions are on workplace romance so they can avoid improper or embarrassing consequences.
Thank God he left the final line there.
Yes.
Because let me just go over that. He said you should find out what the restrictions or policies are at your workplace. For instance, let's say you see this fine girl at work. Maybe you're in account department, she's an admin, and you've been eyeing the babe, and maybe for like 6 months you've been trying to go down the lane, and at the end of the day she now says yes, and then your boss now says, "Are you guys dating?" And you now be like, "Oh yes, she finally said yes to me," and then now tell you the office policies you cannot date each other. My brother, that is 6 months walk down the drain. Well, that shall not be your portion.
Amen.
Okay. So, welcome to Mind Your Character with Boss Lady Olusola once again. And the aim of the show is, as we always do, is to launch our companion because it's 12 noon.
Yeah.
And we're here to leave you better than we met you. Trust me, we'll never leave you the same way we met you. And I'm sure we're already dropping some hints and some exciting things that you love. And this is all about becoming better. So at the end of the show, we don't just come to talk about the character lens, we always try to fine-tune it and drive it home that, okay, these are the points you should leave the show with, these are the points you should leave, and in order to make your life better. So that's the same thing we shall be doing today. So please keep dropping your comments on our YouTube handles or across our social media handles, which is Mind Your Character. And so I've introduced my lovely Dorcas. I'll be jumping right into the discussion for today. So let's have the definition of office romance.
Okay.
Because the quote you read said office
Yes,
romance.
yes.
So I'm sure not everybody knows what office romance is. So let's have the definition of office romance.
Okay, so according to Encyclopedia, office romances are romantic relationships between two people employed by the same employer. They are romantic relationships between two people employed by the same
Some
employer.
people are blushing at the back end.
It is said to be common now, as many people spend more time with co-workers than any other person. So it's still the time,
Yeah.
because by the time you are seeing somebody every day for almost 9 hours, 9 out of 24 hours in a day, and
Active
hours.
Because they are
and
hours that
eventually
you sleep.
you still have conversation, maybe on a group or something. You still have to work on a project,
Yeah.
even after closing hours. So tell me how you will not just be catching feelings for somebody like that. It's not possible. Oh no, man, that's not my voice.
Okay. All right, thank you for the definition. So let's dwell on that a bit. So basically, it said it's a relationship between two people,
Yes.
and they said two, not two or more. So when it goes like, when you have a relationship with this person, with that person, it
that
has
one is-
gone beyond that one. So you are now in form of a player that is playing plenty games. So, office romance. Shall I put you on the spot?
No. Thank you for asking before doing it. So no.
Okay, so I remember on Monday when we were discussing about this, we had to go through the stats to find out
Yes.
those who have actually met their partners at
At
work.
work.
And we have some statistics here. And according to Forbes, we have some shocking stats on office romance. So according to Forbes and Forbes.com, in 2019, over 58% of employees have engaged in a romantic relationship with a colleague.
Wow.
58% out of 100. That's huge.
More than average.
Yeah. So that means like in every company, there might have been two people who would have had a romantic relationship.
More than
Interesting.
average.
Okay, so another statistic states that almost half, which is 41% of employees, don't know their company's policy regarding office romance. And I'll blame that on HRs and admin actually. Because for instance, you hire someone today, the person is coming from either the person was working in an organization before,
Yeah.
or he's a fresh graduate or all of that. The person doesn't know your office policies. So you should enlighten such people that see you at. You shouldn't just say,
Don't do
okay,
this here.
you resume 8, you close 5, you have 1 hour break. There are
There's
other
money.
policies, and there are some organizations who have some unwritten rules. But if you have this particular written rule that says that you shouldn't date this particular person in this organization.
Yeah.
So let's say you work in the banking sector and you say, okay, you can date another person in the same bank that is working in another branch. Fine, that one works.
Yeah.
Or you have, companies are going global, they are having offices. So if you have more than one office, you can say, yes, you can date your colleague, but not in the same branch. So that makes it easy. So I know that, okay, if I start dating this particular person, I can request for a transfer to work. So those are just some of the things you should know. And then another stat here says that Career Builder survey that 14% of couples who met at work ended up getting married, outpacing the 11% that marry from being introduced by friends. Interesting. But me, I like to be introduced by a friend. Though.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Why? What makes that so?
To me, it feels better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay from what angle now? Because I know some people say, I feel safe because it's a friend that already knows the person. It's not like you're meeting the person all by yourself entirely. Is that why you feel?
No. It's not just safe because if you are looking at safe, let's say you know the person just some 30%.
Okay.
So what happens to the remaining 70%? 30% can't save you. You are going to drown if you land in the ocean.
Actually, you need at least half.
So, but like, I like being introduced by a friend because there's this bond that was there before that. Okay, this is my friend. These are certain things you might know about the person. But at work, fine. I know
You will do the own work by yourself.
sure now, but
Yes.
at least you. Okay, imagine you introducing your friend to me now. You know what she likes.
Yes.
You know certain places she likes to go to. So you start giving me short tips. Won't you give me? I mean, you want to form my hand in front of your friend? No, let's know now.
No, I'm not that mean. I'll give you tips.
So, well, it says that just 11% of such kind of people actually get married, unlike 14% that gets
14%.
married at work.
So the office people, they are
For now,
still
they still have
winning.
it. They still have it. They still have it.
Yes.
So, okay, so let's not forget the topic which we are focusing on. We are talking about getting a spouse at work. And you might wonder why we chose this topic. We've been saying it for the past 3 weeks thereabout.
Yeah.
We have a training that's coming up in the month of June, which is get more from working. So some people just see that, okay, I should get salary from work, I should get commission from work, I should learn a skill or two at work. But not everybody sees it from this angle. So imagine this 14% didn't view getting a partner at work. It will be a fall on their end. So, but they got introduced at work. I know once you get introduced at work, most times you work in a team, you work on a project together, and you start knowing that, okay, this is what this person likes, this is what this person doesn't like. Sometimes you might get on the person's wrong side by doing it because you didn't actually know.
No.
But you now know, okay, this person doesn't like me.
But don't you think? Hold on, please. I'm sorry
Okay.
for interrupting.
Nah,
But don't you think it is better when you said you prefer being introduced?
Yeah,
Going
no.
back to that. Don't you think it's better because of what you said now?
Yeah.
That while you are working, you by yourself find out that okay, this person does not like this thing because I once did it and the reaction I got was bad.
Yeah.
I think I prefer that version.
You
than
prefer that version?
Somebody just coming to tell me he doesn't like a cabbage, he doesn't like unicorn, he doesn't like. I'm like, how many things I do like?
Why I view it from that angle is, in case things go sour, Hmm?
Okay.
Last.
You still that person?
I still have to come to work and see the person. So,
Imagine.
so just because things went sour, does not mean I'll now resign and say, okay, I'm not doing it again. But at least if it was a friend, it's not like I get to see you every day. It's not like we're working at the same place. So for me, that's my own take. Other people might have their own take. So
Yes.
that is how I view it.
It's alright. No comment.
So you are going to decide that you like to be. Oh, okay. So like I was saying, get more from work. It's a 3-module training that is coming up. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. In fact, we found out that this will be the second edition we are hosting, and we found out that from 9 to 4 we don't even get to run out all the modules. So we get to like run other courses. So we get to point out things that people are missing at work, things that they don't get to see. For instance, now this getting a spouse at work. When you get to find out, like, did you get your wife at work? Some people are like, oh yes, I actually did. But to them, it's not a benefit. They just see it as, I was working. I saw fine girl. So what if you're not working there?
Honestly.
You might still be single. Might. So these are many more and other things that you'll be learning and get more from working. And it's coming at, this year's edition is actually talking, it's coming at 12:05.
Yeah.
So you can reach us, we'll be leaving the numbers for you to reach us out just before the show wraps up.
And it's coming up on the Saturday.
Yes,
On the Saturday, 11th of June.
so there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
It's actually my birth month as well. So,
So
it is a special month.
Once we are entering June like this, somebody will not allow us
Definitely. Now, why will you rest?
rest. You will not allow us rest.
It's the midst of the year,
Please,
so we know what happens.
Get ready to keep hearing June from you.
So we are getting closer. Today is the 20th of. Oh yes, and shout out to people who actually have their birthdays this month. Okay, let's start with you.
So the week in the office for us started with a team member's birthday.
Yeah.
Adedeji Aderomu. He celebrated his birthday on the 18th of May. He's an amazing young man. So I'm taking out this time to say shout out, happy birthday, Deji.
Happy birthday to you, Adedeji.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So the second person.
Okay, yes, and shout out to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, whose birthday is actually today.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Common Sense, and trust me, his sense is not common.
That sense.
His sense is not common. He's actually the guru of Common Sense. We love you. Thank you for everything you've been doing. Thank you for all the nuggets you keep dropping.
Yes,
like you can just have a 5 minutes conversation with him and he will blow you. He will just blow your head off.
Very
literally, though, not like physically. So and I've joined the conference that's going on. Thank you for making Nigeria a better place for all you do. So this is still Mind Your Character with Boss Olusola-Obasa. And so I'll be having Dorcas tell us some lessons. You have some lessons for us, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, so let's have the lessons.
I was thinking of going the story with it.
Okay, and let's start from the story.
Yes, I need to read this story.
I hope it's an exciting one.
It is very exciting.
Okay, so let's have it.
So yes. So the story reads, I first saw Mike at an office meeting and immediately my legs went jelly. Like the lady's leg was shaking. The man behind this camera is currently smiling. There were not a lot of handsome guys in our office, so if one walked by, all the girls would notice ASAP. He was introduced as our new client servicing partner, and guess who the client was? Now, maybe working with your crush doesn't work for most people, but it did work for me. It's not me, I'm reading someone's story. I was always inspired at work, and it also helped a lot that it was very easy to work with. I valued his input. It didn't hurt that he was super smart, and we seemed to really work well together. We got closer and closer after every successful campaign. So the projects and everything brought them closer, and we also got close outside of work. So it did not just all happen in the office. Yes, we would go to the gym together and play video games. Then, at an office party, it finally happened. I finally had the courage to ask him if he was dating anyone. I know you are going to exclaim.
Interesting.
Blame it, please. Let me finish my story.
Hey, straight up.
Blame it on the wine or the occasion, but the words came out of my mouth. He stopped for a second and looked at me and said that he was not, but that he already had someone in mind whom he had been meaning to ask out. I tried to ask how hurt and jealous I felt and just looked away, thinking of how to change the topic. Why is that? When I turned to look at him, he held my hand and asked if I would go out with him. It's been over 5 years since that fateful day. I'm glad I took this work opportunity, or else I wouldn't have met my best friend and the love of my life. So taking the job opportunity was what she was grateful for.
So let's put you in that context. We have reached out to the guy.
If it was a question she asked now, there was no harm in asking that question. Are you in a relationship?
No, you.
Yes, I can ask. I'll ask my full chest. Excuse me, brother.
So given the reply he initially started with, will you have been heartbroken as well?
Yes, no. Why not?
Then what if
he said there's somebody that he has been meaning to ask out? He did not specify. He just said somebody.
But at that point, she was already feeling bad.
Yeah, she was already feeling very.
So what if it was you? Will you have been feeling bad?
I will.
Then eventually, he now tells you that. He now shows you the girl's picture. Oh, is she looking cute?
She's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very.
Then you go to your corner and go what? Reminisce.
Let the emotions out.
Okay, so thank you for the story. We have a second one here. Let me read as well. Okay. So it says, if you ask her about her first impression of me, she will tell you she wasn't interested. You know, ladies now, they like to form.
There's no ladies anything. Say some ladies. Say
Most
some.
Ladies. And it's true. So, his name is Kit. I met Moa when I applied for a graphic designer opportunity at a consulting company. She had been there for around 6 months by then. Little did I know she was already being trained to handle the creative department. I knew I liked her when I found out we had some similar interests. But if you ask her about her first impression of me, she will tell you she wasn't interested. You see? And it's true. She really wasn't interested in me. Since she was the manager and I was working under her. People discouraged me from pursuing her as it wasn't allowed at our company. So he actually knew the policy.
Yes.
She, on the other hand, did not care at all. I like this kind of girl. I worked hard as the lead graphic designer, and eventually it all paid off as I got promoted.
Oh, that's nice.
We were on the same level. Nice one. That's when I started to show her that I really liked her. Baba now had the courage to come out and say. I decided to accompany her on her jeepney rides going home. She lives far from work, so I took advantage of that to be able to spend more time with her. When I first tried to do this, she ran as soon as she got off the jeepney. I couldn't help but laugh because she was really awkward. But after that, I think she got used to it because I won't stop. Last, you know we hide.
Okay.
It took months before she agreed. Now, wow, months.
Leave her now. Is it your agreement?
Why?
It's not your agreement, though.
Please, why did ladies give me
let her agree at her own time.
Okay.
Thank you.
But it was all worth it at the end.
Exactly.
Fast forward to 2019, we've been together for 4 years already. Now, working as freelancers, so they had to leave the company. Our advice for those with budding work relationship is to wait. It's not okay now, then wait. Work on yourself first, and the timing will be perfect. Wait. Interesting. Well, that's the story we have for you. I'm sure you've learned one or two things.
We have some comments on YouTube already.
Okay.
Yeah, gifts all maturity is saying Team TV to the world. Hi.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. Then Adekunle Ogunremi says, wow, That stat is mind-boggling. Statistics we gave at the beginning of the show. And then another one by the same Adekule Oguremi says, where have I been?
Good question that only you can answer. Only you, sir.
You need to come out of your hiding place. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you for your comment.
Yes.
So we are still waiting for those of you that actually got your partners while working. So feel free to drop your comment as well.
Don't be shy.
Yeah. Okay, so the lessons for those of us watching, it's 1. A productive worker has a better chance of getting a life partner from work. I'm sure you learned that from the second story we read out.
Productive worker. Yeah,
He
the guy was hardworking.
Yeah,
He worked his way up.
up the ladder,
Yes.
and eventually became. They were now on the same pedestal.
He did not play off his politics.
Yeah. So that's one way to go about it.
Yes.
And next is workplace romance can happen
the right way.
way.
Yes. Yes.
I'll leave that there. Next is your salary is not only the benefit you get from working. A spouse is one of them.
A very major one.
We're already dishing out some of the things we speak about that get more
from working. Yes.
So why not just sign up today? 12.5 is a little token that, come on, you can give out, and you learn a whole lot more. Not just learn to get a spouse at work, but trust me, you learn a whole lot more things. And so like we said, it's coming up June 11th. It's happening at Akonwojo, and in order to get more details, you can call us on 0810 612 0819. Let me just read it again. 0810 612 0819. And so, Doc, it's over to you. Character traits.
Yes, I have just one strong trait for you to pick up from today's show, and that is for you to be emotionally intelligent. Emotionally intelligent. So in the middle of I'm catching feelings of somebody in the office. What do I do? Please. I don't want to speak in pidgin because that might sound very offensive. But please be smart about how you go about it. Do not engage in office politics, all in the name of whatsoever it is. And yes, office romance can be done the right way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't go about it the entitlement way.
Yes.
Maybe because you're now dating the boss, you guys are planning something.
Yeah, feeling.
And I'm feeling like, now we did it to Ghana. It's in the soul. So please, go about it the right way. Be emotionally intelligent about it.
Yes.
In fact, just come to get more from working. You learn more about being emotionally intelligent, and have a couple of people who actually need that emotional intelligence.
Yeah, so you can actually refer this course to people who definitely need it. You can sponsor people to do.
Yes, sir. It's not too much. You can sponsor 10 people. That's just 125k. And we might give you a discount as well. So come on. It's shaking him on. So
there's a question on YouTube.
A question?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is from Gift Omasirichi. She says, how were they able to concentrate on their work?
No, that's where being
because
emotionally.
it is not easy. Yes, that is where the emotional.
so Gifted. Let me ask now. So let's say you're dating your colleague now. You cannot hold yourself. I am like,
But to be honest, I know about couples that
they keep it professional.
Yes. There is nothing like familiarity. When we get to the office, we're at the office.
Yeah.
When we're outside,
that's actually okay. We had the Donados like 2 months ago.
Yes.
And they cited examples. They were like, her office is there, his office is here. So it's not as if they know that once they are at work, this is the place for making money. We have to focus. We have a team. Come on. If all you do is office romance, okay, how would the organization move forward? So it's all about discipline. It's all about abiding by the rules of the organization.
Yes.
So just because you set up the organization does not mean that they are above the rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
You should be reprimanded in some certain way. So by the time you think about that, okay, if I do this, HR will find me. HR will do. So those are that's one of the ways you can concentrate.
And I think I want to say this before we move to talking about red eye.
Yep.
If you find out that okay, this company has this policy, and the love is entering your body, it has entered you very well, and you're like, no, it's a free world. Can we not just be free? They should let us express and do all of that. It is an organization, and there are systems and structures that keep that in place. So please respect these policies, respect their rules.
Yep.
If you know you cannot abide by the rules, then you might as well just move your love to a permanent type.
It's an organization, meaning that it's an organized establishment. If it wasn't an organization, definitely it can be called organized.
Exactly.
So abide by the rules. Thank you very much for that. So we'll be bringing the show to a wrap right now. Thanks to Red Eye Studios.
Red Eye.
This is Red Eye.
We are Red Eye. Red Eye. And we are red.
So Red Eye services include photography, cinematography, lighting, sound engineering, media coverage, live recording like we are doing right now.
Yeah.
So if you have a program that's coming up, maybe you've never streamed live, you've never had a live recording, they are just a phone call away. Let me read out your numbers. 090 6969 6248. 090 6969 6248. And the amazing part of it is they are very affordable.
100%.
Yeah. So whether you have your shooting event outside Lagos, they are mobile, they can always come to your location.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think about that, they are in Akomojo. No, if you're on the island, they are always ready to move.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure you've learned one or two things from today's show. Thank you for being a part of today's show.
Yeah.
And thank you. I'm sure Ms. Obasa is out there.
Shout
We love
out.
you. Thank you for all that you do.
We miss you today.
Yes. And so for advert placement and to find out more about RCV, that is the organization that brings you Mind Your Character, you can reach us on 0810 612 0819 and follow us across our social media handles, which is Mind Your Character on Facebook. Thank you very much. Any parting shots from you, Dorcas?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to RCV team members at the back end. Shout out to Jessica Williams. Shout out to AK Mini, Jolly Afan.
Yes.
Thank you for making today's show.
Don't worry, from the back end they'll be coming to the front end very
exactly,
soon.
you'll be seeing them here pretty
faces.
soon.
we have oh, that's true. Next week is children's
Oh
day,
my
so
goodness, they are not children. Please.
they are not. No, I'm someone's
They
child.
are not-
I'm someone's child.
Yes.
Are you not
We are
someone's
all
child?
someone's,
Yeah.
someone's child.
In fact, we'll be having a children's day edition come next week. So you'll be getting to see some exciting faces. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye.